Hello, boys and girls and everybody else. Welcome to tonight's video where we're using only me, no other triggers, to help you sleep. And to make it even more random, I haven't thought out what I'm going to do in this video. I'm just going to do it completely randomly to make things, a little bit more fun. But first, we have an awesome word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Audible, the leading provider of audiobooks and other spoken word entertainment all in one place. You can find the largest selection of audiobooks at Audible, from bestsellers and new releases to celebrity autobiographies and even binge-worthy popular podcasts. As an Audible member, you can get 1 free credit to use every month on any of the premium titles, and you can also download and listen offline anywhere and at any time. And you can also get a 30-day free trial to see if you love it just as much as I do. I've really enjoyed using Audible over the past year to listen to my favourite audiobooks when I'm out commuting, when I'm driving, walking the dogs, and even at the gym. I am really limited on time these days, and I find it really difficult to find that time to sit down and read a physical book. So using Audible and listening to audiobooks allows me to still enjoy my favourite books, just in a different way. At the moment, I'm really loving The Catch by T.M. Logan on Audible. I did read his first book, The Holiday, in paper version, and it took me so long to get through because I really struggled to find the time to read it, whereas I'm finding it so much easier to listen to The Catch, and I'm really enjoying doing so while I'm doing all my extra activities. They also have some of the audiobooks of the bedtime stories that I read to you guys on this channel. So for example, they've got bedtime stories for stressed out adults that's narrated by Jonathan Keeble and Joan Walker. So if you guys want to check that out, you can head onto Audible and listen to it there. And this holiday season is definitely going to be a special one because we're going to be able to see all of our friends and family and exchange amazing gifts that we couldn't do last year. So perhaps in the midst of it all, you should give yourself the gift of Audible this Christmas and take some time for yourself. Sit down in front of the Christmas tree, perhaps in front of the open fire, with a warm drink in your hand and your favourite audiobook playing to help you relax and find some me time. And there's no other time to do it because at the moment there's a 60% off offer if you go to audible.com/murmurs, and you'll get 60% off your first 3 months. And that's only $5.95 a month, which is an amazing deal. So do go to audible.com/murmurs to get that gift of Audible. And I'm always looking for new audiobooks to listen to, so please feel free to put in the comments below your favourite audiobooks so that me and also our wider ASMR family can check them out and find some new titles to listen to. Alright, so let's move on to our craziness today. And it's going to be a mixture. Could be a little bit inaudible. Could be a little bit fast, a bit fast here and there and everywhere, and here and there and everywhere, Sorry for the creak. My radiator is just doing my head in with this sort of thing at the moment. It's like suddenly creaking every time I stand near you guys. It's in protest. Do you know what it is? Probably because I'm too heavy, but it's all good. So I want you to come today. So breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. I realised I just thought of the word that I wanted to use for today, which is chaotic, but chaotically relaxing. and tingly, of course. So, my friends, my lovely friends, I hope you guys are doing super well today, and that the world has been kind to you, and you are in much need for some well-deserved relaxation. This is actually my first video that I'm filming since I came back from a ski trip to Colorado in the US. Colorado. And I wish I could have taken all of you guys with me, because Vale Village is wonderfully magical. And I think you would have loved it as much as I did. And it's also very relaxing with the snow. And the scenery is beautiful. So I definitely have some more fodder for the creating your dreams videos. Yes. But I do have to tell you, as I was telling my channel members the other day, that I am a terrible skier. So, in Scotland, we have some mountains, and they're not as high as the Rocky Mountains in the US, but they do get some snow, especially January and February. And it's been quite a while since I learned to ski. I actually learned to ski my family are Baptist Christians, and I went to a Baptist church until I was about 19. It was very relaxed, very chilled out, not strict at all. And we had an amazing youth minister who took all of the teenagers to do like really fun activities, sometimes on weekends, and he was a ski instructor. So when I was 17, he took me and a small group of people the same age, and we went to Glenshee ski resort, and he taught me how to ski, and that was quite a while ago. I'm now 27, so that was 10 years ago, and I just picked it up like surprisingly quickly, and I really really enjoyed it. And we did quite a lot of skiing over the course of a few days. And we then went after that to some indoor centres. Sometimes I went with different people to a place in Glasgow called Escape, and it's an indoor snow place. You probably have them around the country and perhaps near where you guys live as well, especially if you're in the US. I know that they have one in Dubai in the UAE because I went in that as well, and they have penguins in it, which is amazing. So I practiced on there, and they've got to remember that because the mountains weren't so high and the indoor places weren't so high, it was quite an easy slope. Okay. Now, skiing is kind of like riding a bike. Once you can ski, even if you don't pick up another set of skis for 5 years, it comes back to you. Okay. So I haven't skied in about 5 years, and when I went to Vail, they had only, I think it was one green slope. It was a big green slope. It went from upper to lower, and they had some blue slopes open, but the green slope had like a family zone in it, so you were to go slower, which I thought was going to be fine, but the nursery slopes, the really baby slopes, weren't yet open. Okay, so this green slope, I was like, that's fine, got my skis on, went up the gondola, and then went up the next chairlift all the way to the top of the mountain, all the way to the top, and I got my skis on, and I thought did a little bit of skiing down to where the place was that you then go down the slope, and obviously it was very flat, but I was just moving, and I was like, yeah, I've got this, I remember how to do this, it's so good. Now the first section of this green slope is relatively flat. It's got some hills, but nothing like hard. So it was a really nice ski ride down this initial bit. And I was with other people as well, and they are more advanced skiers than me, so they all went down to the bottom, and I'm just taking my time, ski, and there was this little bit of a steeper hill before it flattened out again before the next section, and I picked up some speed, and I completely lost control of my skis, and I went flying, and decked it is what I would call it in Scotland, tumbled over, lost both of my skis, and I was sitting in the snow oh my goodness, what just happened? What happened? And so I thought, okay, it's fine, but my legs were already shaking. I was like jelly, and my problem is that with skiing you need to be in control and confident, and I tried to get my skis back on, and I really struggled. I had some people help me because Vail Mountain has quite a lot of first aiders that are ski around and instructors, so they'll help you if you get stuck. So I had some of them trying to help me get my skis on, and I was just shaking, and I'm oh, but I thought it's fine. Got my skis, went on the little flat bit, and then I reached the family zone, and it was like this. So it was the swing, is it the swing? Swingsville, was the name of the slope. And this, I mean, it was like this. And I was like, I can't do this, it's too steep, because I wasn't used to such a steep slope. I was like, nope, can't do this. Now, bear in mind, everybody's already at the bottom of this mountain, okay, this slope. So I was like, okay, I'll go really slowly and try and stop myself. I kept falling over, like I would go down, and then I would like turn, and then I would like deck it again. With the speed, because it was so steep, and every time I fell, I got less and less confident, and I was terrified, and I actually probably had a little bit of an anxiety, like a panic attack, in the middle of this slope. People were skiing past me, and I was like, I can't do this. So I eventually got to the bottom after falling between 15 to 20 times, and my legs were shaking. I was so thirsty because I'd been so anxious. It took me 1 hour to get down that slope. Everybody at the bottom was sunburnt, waiting on me, because I just couldn't get down the slope. So if you're having a bad day today, just try and picture yourself of me with all these skiers and snowboarders going past, and I'm literally stuck on a ski slope for an hour. After that, so I was then taught, and went pretty slowly with me to get my confidence back up, and was like, looked at what I was doing, and give me some like tips and skills to practice. And once I started doing that, I was like, oh yeah, that's how we do it, right? Okay, and that's how I slow myself. So then I had quite a few good runs down, and the next day I then ventured into the below slope, which was super steep. So I got down, I did really well, got down to like the middle section, and there was another like even worse like drop. And I remember I like stopped, and I was like, I can't do this, I can't go down this steep bit. And it was really funny because there was like snowboarders like were coming past me, and they were like, yeah, you can do this. And I was like, yeah, I can. So it was really funny, and I did do it, it's fine. But the last is before I left. Since Compton's was up, this stupid idea was had to go down this section which has the moguls in it, which are like little bumps. That was not a good idea. Everybody who went on that section decked it, and I just couldn't get over the bumps. And then I kept like, because there's bumps, your skis would go like in different like directions. So it was a bit wild. And I'm telling you guys this because I think sometimes we think, oh, people online, they can do this, they can ski, they can go do this and go all these places. It's not true. They're not good at everything. I'm not good at everything. And I probably very much embarrassed myself that first ski trip down. But it doesn't matter if you're not good at something, if you just do it. That's the message today, is that doesn't matter. Just go for it. Have a bit of fun. You don't have to be good at something to try it. You don't have to be scared, and you don't have to be embarrassed. We all make tits of ourselves now and again. It's completely fine. So yes, that was the Vale ski story. But aside from that, I loved, I'm like such like a lad sometimes, so I just love like sitting outside with like a pint of beer. I really love Coors Light, which is like you get that everywhere in draft in Vale, in Colorado. Anyway, so like sitting with like my Coors Light at the bottom of like the mountain, slice of pizza, loving the music, just like feeling the vibe. There was this beautiful like dog shop in Vale, and I was like, I've got to bring Lindy and Hugo a present home. Stunning stuff in the dog shop. It was lovely. Lots of little trinkets. Trinkets. Okay. Lots of trinkets. And the thing is, lots of trinkets. And the thing is, picked up this really small dog toy. I thought Lindy will love that. It was $80. $80. No, I understand. The feel is expensive, and these ski resorts like Aspen, etc., are really expensive. But $80 for a dog toy that my dog is going to just chew and shred to pieces. I was like, oh. So I had to the woman was talking to me, and I had to be like, oh, I'll come back. I need to get some dollars. No, let's just run. Because the bigger ones, like for Hugo, were like over $100. Oh, mental. Who is buying that for their dog? If you are somebody that is buying your dog $80 to $100 dog toys, let me know in the comments. I want to know who you are. Oh dear. But yes, it was beautiful. Sorry, I have rambled quite a lot, but I hope you guys have found it entertaining. And I have new nails on today. I'm just trying to see if I can get it to focus. So these are my Christmas nails. Well, my first set. So we have an XO, we have a little pink Rudolph and a little love heart. Because I just love pink glitter, yeah. So these are my Christmas nails. Christmas nails. Yeah, I've got to put these earrings on as well to make like a little sound. But I'm going to now try and practice skiing in Scotland a bit more up at our resorts at Glenshee and Glencoe, and hopefully I'm going to come back to Vail next year, but maybe like January time, so that more slopes and things are open, and I will be hopefully a bit more experienced so that I can enjoy it a little bit more. That is my plan, because I did love it, and I stayed at the Sun and Alp Hotel in Vail, and it was unreal. It was amazing. They had like outdoor swimming pools and hot tubs that were hot and they were heated, and sitting in that when it was snowing. Oh, heaven. So yes. Anyway, I was happy to be home. I obviously, a lot of you guys who watch this channel regularly will know that I hate flying. So I did not sleep on the overnight flight back from Denver to London. It blew my mind. Okay, so they now have Wi-Fi on the flights, on the 787 Dreamliners, and they have such good Wi-Fi that you can stream all the way across the Atlantic. So I streamed an entire series across the Atlantic Ocean on my iPad on Netflix, and to me that is just mind-boggling. It's just mental. But it kept me highly entertained. And what I do is, so they come round and they offer you like drinks, like a gin or something, and then they're like, would you like a wine for your meal? And I'm like, yes please, have a wine. And I put the wine for later, because I can't take diazepam because I react to it. So the only thing that's really effective in calming me down is literally a swig of alcohol. That will just take the edge off. So I keep the wine for like a lot later, and then if I get really anxious when I'm in the middle of like the Atlantic Ocean, I then open to my wine at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and that helped so much, and I felt so much better. It's just things that you got to do, isn't it, to help sometimes with anxiety, because I don't really, I'm not somebody that suffers from anxiety too much. I tend to just get it with specific things that I'm fearful of. So I get it with flying, I get it with being outside when there's lightning. I really am terrified of lightning. get it. Like, for example, like that situation with skiing, and I was like really fearful of going down like the slope, and I get myself really worked up. I can get it then, but other than that, like I don't tend to suffer from anxiety or anything. Like a lot of people who have like chronic anxiety will just get anxious like without like any particular trigger or reason. So I don't suffer from anything like that. My brother did for a while, but he's okay now. But yeah, my tips for when I get into that sort of mode is breathing. For me, breathing really helps. And distraction as well. Like, I will try and think of something. Like, I love to plan, right? I love to plan. It can be anything. I just want to plan. Like, maybe I'll be like, right, okay, I'm going to decide on a new business or something like that when I'm flying, because it's like a really good distraction. It gets your mind thinking about things. So I'll often do that. I'll like design a product line when I'm mid-air on the Atlantic, honestly. Not that I ever follow through with it, but I do that. So I find that's really helpful if anybody is looking for any tips. So yes, I can't believe like most of this video has been totally rambling, but we did say we're just gonna use me. Let me know if you like this style of video as well. Like if you like a bit more of like a story time, like rambly in amongst other things. Because I'm happy to do more. I had been doing some like role plays. Sometimes the role plays do really well, but sometimes like the steampunk one didn't, wasn't a favourite with my returning viewers. So I'm just trying to figure out what you guys like, what you guys are liking at the minute. Because I will give you what you want. In moderation. In moderation. I was gonna say I was gonna say, oh no, cue the OnlyFans comments. No. In moderation on the channel. That's PC. Okay. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, dear. Now, I do think talking fast and rambling will bore you and make you fall asleep, so that is a positive. It's always positive. Always. The takeaway today is that it doesn't matter. It does not matter. If you feel like you're not amazing at something, just try it, okay? Just try it. Don't be scared. Don't be embarrassed. Just let loose and have fun. Have fun, because you have got this. You are amazing. You have got this. You've got it. I just love that. See, that moment when like I was going down the slope, and it was just took somebody to be like, yeah, you've got it. Like, for me, that was all I needed. And so I'm giving that to you guys. You've got it. You can do this. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, you've got this. You're gonna figure it out, and you're gonna be able to do it. So don't worry. Don't worry. You are so special. I actually was thinking, a lot of people call like their viewers, like they're kind of part of their ASMR community, like a name. And I was like, I don't know what we would call you guys. Like, what would you be? Maybe have a think and let me know what you would like to be known as. Do we call you something? Do we call you the Murmurs? But that doesn't have a ring to it. You could be the Scots. The Scots. My little Scots. Hello, my little Scots. My little Malamutes. You could be a Malamute, because obviously Hugo is like a huge part of this channel. For if you're now really confused, I have a dog that's an Alaskan Malamute called Hugo, and some of my channel members, you'll see they use like his emojis. I've got like Alaskan Malamute emojis as part of the channel membership, so he's very much part of the channel. I don't know. Have a think for me. You guys will be able to pluck then we've obviously, we'll still see hello boys and girls and everybody else, but it'd be nice to name you something collectively. Since our little family has been growing lately, which has been so nice. Yes, anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week, and I do hope to see you very soon for another video. Take care. Speak soon.